Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting episode of Job with the Gyms. My name is Jim Meyer, broker associate at Remax Gold. Now, you have a friend in the real estate business. I'm here with my good friend, Jim Filippi Esquire. I've referred him a ton of business. None of those people have gone to jail. And we've got our friend, Jim T. Chong, the walk star. Now, you have a friend in the publicity business. What's going on, Jim and Jim?
Well, I think both Jims sitting in this show today are just dying to know what's in that famous cup and what the deal is you have with Placer Title Company that you are promoting them today.
I'm Well, I love Placer Title. I also love Old Republic Title. I'm waiting for them to send me a coffee mug too. You know what? I have coffee in my mug, which is safe and secure, just like intellectual property in China. So, um,
Man.
Jim Filippi, we've referred you a bunch of business, and when somebody says attorney, I say Jim Filippi. I send them your way, and sometimes you can help them, and sometimes you particularly might not be your area of expertise, but you have a team now of awesome attorneys, and one of your teammates has helped my clients, and they're very happy. And but what Jim Chong, why don't you articulate this question a little bit better than I can?
Yeah, real quick. I know you do a lot. I do a lot in the financial arena, but and I do have a referral for you literally as we speak, but potentially. But can you just describe, I know people need legal help. What is your expertise? What is the specific targets of how you can help them legal? And what areas?
Yeah, I mean, there's a big misconception. I mean, the reality of it is any licensed attorney can practice pretty much any body of law in front of a state court in which they're licensed. But I'm of the opinion that you shouldn't do that. You can't be the jack of all trades. You end up being the master of none. And if those of us that know me, they know like they love my old man quotes. That's one of them. So I can't help everyone as much as I'd love to. So we primarily focus at my firm dealing with estate planning, probate, trust administration, real estate law. And so, if it's in that body of law, although, Jim always loves to say that none of our clients have gone to jail after our representation, we don't practice criminal, defense. We don't, do immigration law. We don't do those type of law, areas of law. But I have a pretty decent sized network. And, if it's not something that I can help a client with personally, I could always, attempt to find a referral so that, we can provide some value to everybody who sends us.
Great. So people that need like a probate, very important to understand if you pass away, if you don't have a directive for that money, meaning it has to be written, has to be documented, then the state will determine where that money goes, correct?
Oh yeah, I get it all the time. Mom said that she wants this to happen with her estate. Well, I go, I don't say it this way, but in my mind, it's like, well, mom wanted it. She should have put it in some sort of writing, whether it's a
Yeah,
will or a trust. Otherwise, it doesn't really work. You
right.
end up with what the probate code says.
Yeah. And so you're planning for the future. And the other thing is, so that's a good, people that have assets, they want to be able to know because they know they want to leave it to the loved ones, not just to the state. All right.
Oh
Very
yeah.
important. Second thing, like something I want to talk to you, just came into some money, we'll just call it $500,000. They want it to be protected. They want to make sure that it goes also to where they want it to go. They want it to be allocated properly and protected, right? So they
Right.
would come to you and you'd create an estate plan with that and her property. Is that correct?
Absolutely. We don't just search out one type of client. We literally have plans. We have a young adult plan, which deals with those folks that are in that 18 to 20-ish, 25-ish, 26-ish, until you start a family and buy a house and have, that's a traditional American family. But we have a plan that deals with those younger folks that don't have any assets. We also help clients that are the typical American family, have a house, have the dog, have the kids, retirement assets. They need to plan just as much as, the guy or gal with, you know, a big estate with 5 houses that Jim Meyer sold to them, apartment complex that Jim Meyer's got in the works for them. You know, all those things that you know, as you grow up, you progress in your life, you build this estate, and that's where, you know, every one of those people need to have some sort of planning in place, and that's
Right.
what we're going to provide.
Hey, I wanted to one final thing, if I may. Jim, do we have time, Mr. Meyer?
Go ahead. One final thing.
Very important thing. A lawyer, I hear, you cannot go directly solicit for the business. Like you can't be, you know, they need to come to you. They literally need to come to you. You cannot infer, hey, you know, I thought about you. You need legal, you know, you cannot do that. Is that a correct statement?
That's an absolutely correct statement. Law, it's a law actually. And the law says that if the attorney knows that someone is in need of legal representation, the attorney can approach them to, you know, solicit that work from them. It's against the
Yeah.
law. You can lose your license to practice law. And
Yep.
so, you know, I always have to, you know, work with my referral partners like Mr. Meyer, who sends us a lot of business. And he's gotten pretty good about this. You know, in the real estate industry, you just pass referrals back and forth. And then, you know, if you hear someone's in the market to buy real estate, you know, you go and call them and say, hey, you're looking to buy some real estate. With us, we can't do that. The client has to make the initial contact. So Mr. Meyer will be like, hey, so-and-so, you know, needs an attorney, and we'll have them give me a call so I can discuss that with them and get them, you know, the representation they need. So it is a little different. It's not the attorneys being kind of coy or being, you know, difficult to deal with. It's just
Yep.
state law requires us to go that way. And it's just, you know, it's a good thing, right? You know, we want to make sure that, you know, people aren't being taken advantage
And
of.
we don't want you being written up for solicitation, Jim. Yeah.
Yeah. And so as we end out, you know, one thing I want to summarize, here's the thing. I'm so glad my dad at least wrote down what his intentions were,
Yeah.
because otherwise we have zero say. Fortunately, we did do that with somebody that I did not know you at that time. And I'm very thankful. So for all of you that are listening, seriously, think about the people you love. They literally, if you are a breadwinner and things are in your name, your kids, everybody, they have access to zero, and it's all thrown in the air for probate. So take action, initiate, because people like Jim Filippi, they cannot come to you legally.
Right.
So
So if you're a
anyway,
winner, call Jim. If you're a bread loser, call him also. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, are you guys going to come back tomorrow?
Absolutely. I'll be here.
All
absolutely.
right. See you guys again tomorrow.